All right, guys, we're going to talk about Dan Bilzerian. A little bit about him and his workout breakdown, how to kind of achieve that physique. And first off, I decided to talk about this guy, because he's not your typical fitness model, fitness role model. Rather, he's not really that obsessed with fitness. His life is really composed of something probably none of us will ever truly understand. This guy is just partying like a rock star. He's racing cars, shooting guns. He's going to obscene, doing obscene partying. Gambling with millions of dollars. I mean, he has a really extraordinary life, and I know a lot of people find it distasteful, and that's fair. He's definitely gone to a crazy extreme that makes you wonder what is driving him you know, to have such a lavish lifestyle. Because I'm more of a simple guy. I don't need to be surrounded by 30 girls. 15 is fine. I don't need to have 10 Ferraris. One or two is okay. Obviously, I'm being a bit sarcastic, but it just goes to show you, his extraordinary life and how extreme it is. And so, I mean, I think really for him, what it comes down to is the freedom to be able to do what he wants, have what he wants, and obviously something deep down is bringing him to a very polarizing place. But nonetheless, what I do appreciate with this guy is that he stays in great shape and he parties like crazy. So obviously, I don't recommend partying like crazy, but I do not recommend staying at home and just eating 6 meals a day and just being a fitness loser, because that is not cool. Have some fun. If you're gonna look great, have some fun. The other thing I love about Bilzerian is the fact that this guy is not a one-trick pony. He's not just a poker player. He races cars. He was in the military. He was, did 500 days of Navy SEAL training. He's done a lot with his life, and so I actually like the whole component of being versatile. I want to dip my toes in new waters and kind of uncover new skills. I mean, that's kind of really just been that's kind of what I've been about, my whole life. I mean, I was always interested in growing in new areas. And that's something I've been doing. So I haven't just been doing this fitness stuff. I've been immersing myself in new skills, which I think is really badass. And that's what kind of makes this guy like a mix of like Tim Ferriss and Tucker Max, with a lot more money. So anyways, we'll get down to brass tacks. So if you come down here, we'll look at his physique. This guy's got, great big chest, totally chiseled, shredded abs. His shoulder development and his arm development are okay. They're decent, but they're not up to par with his chest, abs, or even his back. And he's hovering around 9 to 10% body fat here. He's got really good fat distribution. So this guy's going to have great ab definition at about 9-10% body fat. Other people, to have that definition, will have to get down to a lower body fat. And this guy likes to party, and sometimes he likes to work out and party, which is quite interesting. And yeah, you can see his back is very widely developed. He's got a lot of back width and thickness. That's from heavy pull-ups, heavy rows. And this is how I set up his workout. I am really a big fan of the 3 days per week approach, because nothing allows you to get as good, solid neural recovery as training every other day. So I would have him hit chest and back with a lot more volume and frequency than the shoulders and arms to create that look, which is like the big torso, the big chest and back. So if you want to develop this physique, I would be doing chest on, so here's how I'd set it up. Monday, hit some chest, a little bit of back, and some biceps and some rear delts to keep the shoulders balanced and healthy. So that looks like hitting barbell bench press, incline dumbbell bench press, and I do the cable rows high volume, because on the next back day, we're going to hit heavy cable rows. And then Wednesday, I'd hit some leg stuff, some squats, deadlifts, leg extensions, leg curls, calf raises, basic, typical leg workout. Not a lot of volume, though. I like to go lower with the volume on the legs. You don't want to create too much size, too much mass. And then Friday would be more shoulder dominant, so I do some seated dumbbell shoulder presses, some weighted pull-ups, some incline dumbbell flies. So on Monday, we did really heavy chest work. Now we're going to do some lighter chest work. Any muscle group you really want to build up fast, it's helpful to hit it twice per week and to incorporate some heavy lifting and some lighter pump work. So the heavy lifting is what's right here, reverse pyramid training. That's when you're taking long rest periods. You're hitting your first set for about 4 to 6 reps, and then every set thereafter, you're resting 3 minutes and going to a lighter weight. So it's really, really effective. Anyways, I'm not going to explain the whole workout here. There's a lot of method to the madness. You're utilizing reverse pyramid training and rest pause training, which is a brilliant combination. I call that mega training, which is minimum effort growth acceleration. It's how I'm able to help clients build a ton of muscle with a very systemized and laconic approach to training. So that's how to set it up. And if you guys want to learn about the workout, hit the link in the description. I also have links to reverse pyramid training, the most effective way to train for strength and muscle size, and rest pause training, the most effective way to train purely for that sarcoplasmic growth, the pump in the muscles, the fluid. And then if I was Bilzerian, if Bilzerian was to consult with me, I would readjust his training to focus less on the flat and the decline work because his lower chest has got enough size. And I'd bring in the more incline work, more shoulder pressing. I'd do a lot less volume on the back because his back is banging. His back is there. He can even tone down on the back size. And I'd focus, so I'd take the work off the lower chest and put more work onto the shoulders and the incline, and I'd take a bit of work off the back and then put more work onto the arms to bring his arms up, and essentially be redistributing his body. So he would, right now he's very chest and back heavy, so now he'd be filling up the upper chest more, the shoulders and the arms to create more balance. I'd also have him, I think he's doing a ton of ab work because he's got these very, very thick abs. I'd have him kind of, just do a bit of hang leg raises, maybe some ab wheel rollouts, but try and, lean down the torso. And I'd have him just focus on doing some pistol squats and, some sprints for the legs because he probably has enough size there. And that will help slim down the waist as well. And the fact is, the juice, I don't know, it's possible. His body is completely natural. You can build that physique naturally. And this guy did not explode with muscle out of nowhere, like carrot top fucking juiced like a roid head. But this guy, his physique has, always been quite developed. So it's possible he's not juicing, but he does party a lot. He does have tons of money. He probably has no ethical reasons not to touch steroids. So it is also possible that he does do steroids. And the thickness size of his waist is suspicious. A lot of times if you do, steroids or growth hormone, it's going to cause your waist to become very thick. Even though it's defined, it will still be thick. So me, I'm about a little bit taller than Dan. He's 5'9", I'm about 5'10", 5'10 and a half. And I have similar ab development, but a much more taut waist, which gives you better shoulder to waist ratio, which I think which is a huge factor. And then, final thoughts about Dan, dude. I mean, I think there's a lot to learn from his life, and a lot in both positive ways and negative ways. He takes things way too far, right? I mean, his lifestyle is obscene. That said, he is profiting off it because he's getting so much media coverage, so it actually is beneficial for him to create this abstraction of massive amounts of wealth, massive amounts of doing whatever the fuck he wants to do because he's creating a persona which is very, very attractive. But if we strip away the fact that, Dan Bilzerian is a commodity figure and we just look at what's going on, I mean, it is crazy. But, what I do love about this guy is he's living in his own reality. If you were to sit down and talk with Dan, you would see right now that this is who he is. He's very congruent. He's living his life. He's not living anyone else's life. He has defined his own reality of what life looks like, and that's what I recommend you guys should do. Don't let your family, your friends, or other peers or professors or whoever tell you what your life should look like. You got to figure that out for yourself. And I like the fact that that's what kind of Dan did. And obviously it helped because he inherited, some money, but he also made a lot of money on his own too. He's also donated a lot of money too. So, I mean, it's a double-edged sword. But definitely, create your own reality. Live the life you want. Stop telling other people how you have to, because most people have so many limitations. I can't do this, can't do that. It's just fucking bullshit. Grow some balls. And I like the fact that the guy's he's doing everything, man. He's racing. He's just doing stuff that turns him on. Shooting guns, racing cars, hanging out with girls, all that stuff. It's all cool things. So find out what makes your dick hard and do it. I definitely, it seems like Dan Bilzerian is the type of guy where he has, he needs the thrill. He needs the
a lot of this stuff in order to fulfill him. I mean, I'm more simple. I can just chill all day and I'm content as long as I'm improving myself in one way or another. But yeah, I mean, it's cool. He's an interesting example for sure. Definitely take him with a big grain of salt. But that's that. Anyways, guys, make sure to go over to my site. It's the link in the description. And while you're here, I would strongly suggest that you click here, this top button on the bar. I've written some awesome articles on nutrition, training, building muscle, getting lean, all that stuff, ab development, bodyweight training. And if you guys want to get the full guide, just hit this green link right here, enter your email, and then you'll basically get like the quick start guide to the Kino body stuff. And you also email you some awesome tips every now and again. And hey, when a new course comes out, I'm definitely going to tell you about it. But I don't want you to buy anything from me until you've gotten tons of value already. So really, that is that. My new superhero course is coming out really soon. It's basically my mega training philosophy, bringing in the reverse pyramid training, the rest pause training, doing a 4-phase routine where phase 1 you focus on burning up your chest and back, phase 2 you focus on bringing up your shoulders, phase 3 you focus on bringing up the arms, and during all these phases you're actually training the legs perfect amount. We don't want to overdo them. And the final phase is tying everything together. As well, the nutrition protocol is designed to build muscle while avoiding fat gain through using intermittent fasting and overfeeding days, underfeeding days. It's a super effective program. Anyways, guys, hope you guys liked the video. Make sure to like and subscribe. Take care.